Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Namaste. I welcome you all in this session, Mandala Draw Along session. I am your host, Nidhi Prakash, and today we are going to draw on a 8-inch square paper. It's a little bigger. We used to draw on a 6-inch square earlier, but we are working on a 8-inch square today. In last few sessions also, we worked on a 8-inch square, if you remember. And here are the supplies. This is ruler, protractor. I'm going to use a helix circle. This is a 360-degree protractor. Various tip pens, pencil for the drawing, pencil for the shading, compass, eraser, tortillon for the blending while shading. And if you want, you can use few colors or any other supplies, whatever you have. And it's absolutely up to you. And the paper size is 8-inch square, which I'm going to work on today. This is a Bristol smooth paper. All the supplies, whatever I'm using, you can see all these supplies with their Amazon links in the video description too. Hi Sharon, so nice to see you here. Sharon has joined my graphite art classes also, and she is doing amazing with the graphite art projects. Hi Navi, hi Judith. Good morning from Pennsylvania. So nice to see you. Hi, Britty. Boring. I'm so happy that you bought the book, my Mandala book you are talking about. So these are the books, and they both are available on Amazon. And this is the Mandala 2 book, which has two style, like the little outline and this. And I'm 100% sure, because we have used it a lot, that the pen works very well on it. But I will check for the current version of the paper of the book that I haven't seen. If they have changed the paper in the Amazon, that why the pen is not working. So I will definitely look into it, Britty, and thanks a lot for letting me know. Because earlier it has never happened. Uh, People have shared their art with all different style of the pen and the pencil in this book. So I'm really sorry that in your book pen is not working. I'll definitely look into it. And the both books are available on Amazon. Hi Els from Belgium. Mimi Patch, hello from France. Hi Deborah. Thank you, Britty. Hi Instant Karma. There are two books available on Amazon. Amazon books link are also available in the video description. If you want, you can see that. So is everybody ready? Start working. So as always, we are going to find out the center of our paper. I'm marking on a 4 inch, marking the center of the paper in the top and the bottom, so that I can join these two marks and I can divide my paper into half vertically. And now I'm going to draw the line. I'm going to mark on the both sides vertically and joining the ruler so that I can draw the horizontal line. Here you go. And this is the center of my paper. So I just divided it into 4 equal parts. It looks like the focus is a little out. Okay. Now the time for the marking. And before I start marking, I really want to show you some hashtags about today's mandala, as well as a little disclaimer. This is our mandala NPA 080. This is the 80th mandala drawing which we are doing today in this draw along session. And today's date is mandala NPA 2023 0408 April 8th. And this is the Easter weekend, so best wishes to everyone, whoever celebrates. And this is a little disclaimer. So wherever you are sharing your mandala on any social media, you can use those hashtags. And now it's the time for the measurements. I'm putting the measurements on the screen. Today we are going to draw lots of circles. So we are going to mark with the centimeter side of the ruler from the center. Put the 0 at the center and then mark at 0 0.5, 0 0.7, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, then 6, then 7, 8, 8.7, and 9.5. So many circles today, right? And now, before we start drawing the circle, let's mark with our protector or the helix circle about our degrees at the every 10 degree in this one. Let me use my rotator below it so that I can move my paper easily. Using of rotation, this rotator is absolutely optional. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, you can just work directly on the paper. I'm aligning my protector with all the lines 0, 90, 180, 270 here. And now I'm marking on every 10 degrees so that we can divide our this circle into sections. So to draw the guidelines, hold your compass tight. Here you go. So I have my all the markings with the for the concentric circles as well as for the dividing all the circles into the degrees. So first I'm drawing all the circles. I already have all my markings. I have my another pencil in my compass ready. To making the marks before otherwise you need to keep measuring your the compass distance every single time, so it helps if you put the marks beforehand. Draw lightly, don't draw very dark because eventually some of the lines guidelines we need to erase later. Let me bring this little up. Draw the circles lightly, don't put too much pressure in the pencil. So here are all my circles. Hello Dino. No problem, Riti, and I'm really sorry that your pen is not working. I would suggest you to try the different pen maybe, because in the books I made sure that I didn't have the drawing on the other side of the mandala, so that because pen bleeds in these papers, so that when you are using the pen to color here, so it won't bleed on the other side. So every on one paper you will see the printing on just the one side. So they all are, there is no printing on the back because pen bleeds. That I know for sure because I have seen that. But and color pencils work amazing on these. Even marker pen works very well. And I have given one of this little area to use your different the medium, so that you can try which pen or pencil works best in this one. I hope that helps. Now I'm joining these lines. No need to join all the way along with the center, but I'm joining from this second circle. Use a big ruler. A small ruler might not work that well. Big ruler helps a lot because you can draw on the both side in the one alignment, so it speed up your process. Perfect. We are done with our guidelines. So now you can write down in the chat, whoever is drawing along with me, just write down one, and whoever is just enjoying watching the video, please write down two. Let's see who is drawing along with me now. Awesome. Perfect, perfect. Beautiful. Thank you everyone. Now I'm just using this eraser and I'm just erasing this center line, and I'm using the Micron 01 pen first here in the center. Okay, before I use the Micron 01 pen, I'm sorry, let me just use the compass one more time. So I'm taking off the pencil and I'm putting the pen now, and I'm using pen Micron 0. Let me use Micron 08. Micron 08 inside the compass now. I'm using this rock strip here for adjusting the tip. And with the pen, we are just going to make 4 circles at the 0, 5, at the 0.7, at the 1, as well as at for the 2.5. So 2.5, which one is the 2.5? Let me just see. I want to make sure. So this one is 2.5 circle here. So this one also we are going to make with the pen, just at the 2.5, okay? Nothing else. So just these circles with the pen. And this one I want to make it double thick, so I'm doing one more layer. Oh, my pen is moving a little bit. So make it thick. If you want, you can use the 010 pen, or you can use various circles like that, like how I'm using. I'm just a little bit moving the tip a little bit up and down so that I get this thick edge. So make this thick, this circle. Perfect. And now I'm just keeping this pen back and I'm grabbing the pen 01. I hope everybody is done till here, whoever is drawing along with me. We are going to start from the center with a very beautiful spiral. Perfect shape for the center of a mandala. And then again, the next beautiful shape is tiny these circles. We cannot complete our mandala without these patterns. I'm using pen micron 01. And after that, next shape is we are going to do like the checkerboard. We are going to fill one block, leave one block, fill one block, and we will leave one block empty. And we will fill the space between the circles if you see any. So if you see any space, just fill that in between the circles, either in the top or the bottom. Perfect. And now we'll start working in our fourth layer. So this is for the 0.5 spiral, then the circles, then these checks, and now we are going to work on a 1.5 and the very beautiful petal shape. In each section, we are going to draw the very basic shape for every mandala. Use the thin tip pen, draw slow in each section. Take your time and keep smiling. Stay happy. Enjoy this moment. This is a beautiful moment you are giving yourself. Work with full focus. I'm super excited this month because I just completed one mandala for all my Patreons and for all my YouTube members as a thank you uh, note to them. So, and that mandala is based on our chakras. That's awesome, Linda. Thank you. Now I'm using the same micron, this pen, and I'm just making these edges little thicker. So what I can do, I can change my pen and I can use little thicker if I want 0.5. Just to, now I'll have just one line so it's faster. Just make the edge thicker. We don't want to draw these center lines also thick. Okay. Now we are going to copy exactly the same thing, these little humps, in the very center of our this. Just the humps, no lines, no connections here in the bottom. You can draw just by an eye. If we want, we could have drawn one circle here too, but I just avoided because already there we drew so many circles. So we can draw this one just with an eye. And we are going to copy it this one more time, and this time we are going to copy this over this circle, 2 centimeter one. Exactly the same thing, same humps. Take your time, draw slowly. And don't forget, we have to smile every single time, right? Perfect. Now we are going to draw these little tiny loops, but make sure you are not touching to the top circle, okay? Very tiny petals. I keep on moving to the lap. We can do one more layer on this just to make it a little thicker. With the same 05 pen I'm using to create that impact. Please make this line little, one more layer. Perfect. Okay, now we'll start working on these outer sections. You can start from any line, so it will go straight, and then this curvy line. Here it will go straight. So we are going to draw these petals. Leave one line in between. If you want, you can draw this with the pencil first, or you can draw directly with the pen. It's absolutely your choice how you want to go about it, okay? Drawing with the pencil first is always an ideal situation. It helps you to fix if a little bit lines if you want to move here and there. Thank you, Mazda. So I don't know your real name, but I can see that you are liking the pattern, so that's great. So this is our first layer, and after that we are going to draw the inner line, inner petal shape like this. I didn't change my pen. I'm still using Micron 05. Take your time. If anyone else who bought the books recently, I know some of you, I got few messages that they bought the books recently. If you are also facing any problem about the paper, if your pen is not working or something like that, please let me know. Now we are going to start working in these petals. So we are going to draw this line, and from that center line we are going to draw this little curvy line, and we are going to fill this section. Just in the center, then we'll work in the sides. Now we are going to work on these two sides and exactly the same way. So first on this line, and then here on the top, just to make the edges little bigger, little wider. Little wading. Little shading on the corners. Oh, no worries. Maybe because of some internet connection or something, Diana, it must be happening. You can take your time. You can watch these sessions anytime. They are available on my YouTube video, in the Mandala Drawing playlist, as well as in the Draw With Me playlist. So one is the Mandala and Zendala playlist, and one is the Draw With Me. You can see them in both of them. And there is one playlist for the sacred geometry mandalas if you are specifically looking for the sacred geometry mandala. And I made a post also on the Facebook page for some of the sacred geometry mandalas which we did in our past sessions. And some of them are available for everyone, and some of them are for the only for the Patreons. So you can see in that post at the Facebook, and I can share that picture here also. So those are the Celtic knot mandalas and the sacred geometry mandalas. You can see a separate playlist for all those mandalas. And there is a separate playlist for all the big mandalas which are on the 14-inch square paper. Those are also, some are available for everyone, like these sessions, and few of them are available only for the Patreons and for the YouTube members, OK and above. Now we are going to work on a second layer. So for this second layer, we are going to draw a beautiful, these kind of big petals, rounded, start from the center, and we will go all the way to the top of this. And the two petals on the side, and then two more petals on the side, and we are going to repeat this. Petals can be little bigger, little smaller, it's absolutely okay. Again, feel free to draw these with the pencil first, it's absolutely your choice. And then you can trace it with the pen. I'm using the same Micron 05 pen. I didn't change my pen. Basic mandala building block patterns I'm using in this one, and we have used these patterns so many times. This is the NPA 080, 80th mandala. You can see. But every time drawing these patterns gives the same pleasure and the same happiness, same meditative effect. That is the best part in this mandala drawing. And after that, we are just going to do a little boundary. A little further away than these beautiful petal shape. We just want a little one aura line. So you can check, Diana, you know, the YouTube in the setting in your YouTube, you can go in the setting and you can change the display. What you know, the it is a 720 or the high or the low resolution. You can change the resolution in your YouTube setting. Maybe that helps. Is anyone else having the same issue? Is your screen is blurry? Do you see my art table clearly? If you can give me the feedback in the chat, please, it would be great. Do you see my art table clearly, or is it blurry for you guys? Hi Hardi, hi Rajni, good morning. Everything is fine. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Jim. Very clear. Thank you, Sharon. So it looks like it's just with you. Diana, you can try. I need a new tablet, I think. Oh, is it? You can check your Wi-Fi or the, you know, that how much data you can transfer. It's clear. Awesome, Sonia. Clear. Thank you, Els. So I think it's working fine from my side. You can just set up at your end and you can try a few tricks. Maybe that will help. Now we are going to work over these petals. So we'll draw a little straight line, and then from here it's going to be this petal shape. Again, feel free to do this with the pencil first. So I'm doing this on the one side first. Now I'm going to work on the other side. Feel free to draw with the pencil first and then trace it, so that you can fix any shape if it's not coming along nice at the first time. Yes, Sonia, I'm in Seattle. I'm in Sammamish right now. That's like kind of 20 minutes from Seattle, pretty close. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Diana, you can try that. Now, after that, we are going to draw one more layer on the outer. Aura layer. My daughter has just come to Seattle and Vancouver for oh yeah, that's so awesome, Sonia. That's nice. It's a beautiful place here. Beautiful weather. Like we go out from our house just for the grocery or something, and we see mountains covered with the ice capped mountains, and clouds are kind of coming over the mountains, and beautiful scenic. Every time it looks like we are living in like any the place where we generally used to go just for the summer vacation or something. Beautiful hillside, lakes, ocean, all very close by. So, how is everyone doing with drawing? Shall I go ahead? Let's see. Cool, awesome. So, whoever is drawing along with me, tell me, how is it going? Do you find it easy or little difficult so far? Now we are going to start working in these petals. Shall I start working in these petals? So again, we are going to copy our center pattern, that is the spiral, and we'll reach just till this line. Awesome. Awesome boring. Now we are going to draw this straight line. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we'll do the same thing, weighting on the edges. And we are going to copy this. Thank you, JM. If you want, you can draw a few more lines or less lines. You can do a little bit extra weighting, less weighting. It's absolutely your choice. And that's what makes every artwork unique from each other, that you can add your own style. You can give your own element to it. Do you guys want to see the new chakra based mandala? So the first mandala which I just completed, that is on the root chakra. And these chakras have specific colors also. So I took care of that and I use the same color. And that will be available for all my YouTube members as well as for all my Patreons. I forgot to weight these corner lines. These are so tiny, so I just missed them. Okay, I am going to show you just after this petal. So last month I made the Metatron's Cube mandala for all my YouTube members, oak and above, as well as for all my Patreons. And we did 2 beautiful sessions of these kind of mandalas for everyone. So generally in every month you see few sessions like this mandala, as well as few sessions of the Let's Tangle Together, where we work on the Zentangle session. And they are free, they are available for everyone. And as well as I try to give something for my YouTube members and for my Patreons. So last month I created a video of the Metatron's cube mandala, as well as last month I made a 3D flower of life, I remember. Before that also it was the flower of life, but that was not the 3D one, that was a little different one. That was on a 8-inch square, but 3D one is on a 14-inch square, I remember. Let me show you, Sharon. Yes, okay. So let me show you in the screen. This is the 14-inch mandala. You can see it is available for everyone. The video of this mandala is available on my YouTube channel. You can see in the big mandala playlist, as well as in the mandala drawing. This is mandala on the 14-inch square. This is again the mandala on a 14-inch square, available for everyone. This is again mandala on a 14-inch square, available for everyone. And this one is the, this one is the 14-inch mandala in the Patreon only, or the YouTube member only sessions. And you can see, where is, okay, here is the video. If you want, you can see this one. It is like the 3D style mandala. I can show you again. Oops. And this is the yin yang mandala, which is again on the 14-inch square. You can see that. You can find that the video of this one also on the Patreon only session. And this is what we did last month. This is Metatron's cube mandala, again on a 14-inch square. And here are these few sacred geometry mandalas, which we did in our past sessions. Some of them are on the 8-inch square, some of them are on the 14-inch square paper. And you can see the video of all of them on my YouTube channel. And now this one is the root chakra mandala, the one which I just completed. I'm going to make a video of it for all my YouTube members. And these are the Let's Tangle Together Zentangle session, which we do on Sundays. Tomorrow you can join me for this kind of session. It's a Zentangle session where we work on a 3.5-inch square paper. So this is again the root chakra mandala, one of the 7 main mandala, 7 main chakras, and that's the color is red. The sound is lump for that. So I'm going to make a video of it, and I'll share it for all the YouTube members as well as for all the Patreons. And by mistake I took the pen 01. Again, I'm taking the pen 05 now. So my planning is to make all the 7 chakra mandalas one by one. As I started with the root chakra, then I will move to the sacral chakra, then the solar plex chakra, and so on. I'll try to follow all their sounds, all their colors, all their number of petals and the designs. So that's my planning is. Let's see. And I have used the acrylic paint in that. So you'll see me using acrylic paint. So what I'm just thinking right now, I'm just stop working in this petal layer right now, and I'll start working on the next layer so that we can complete the session in the time. What do you say? Or do you want to work on all the petals? Otherwise, I can start working on the last layer now here. Whatever you guys say, I'm fine. If you're drawing along with me, or if you want to see the whole mandala drawing, we can work along, or I can just work on the half of it, and then you can follow the same thing on the whole mandalas whenever you have time. And we can do that way also. I will look into the chat. Let me complete this petal. Please write down in the chat, what do you think? If you want me to complete the whole mandala, or if you are okay by doing the half of it, go to the last layer, please. Yes, next layer, please. Awesome. Perfect, perfect. Everyone is thinking the same. So I'm just making these outer layer double for the spirals. Okay, now we are going to work on the final one. So again, feel free to use your pencil, and I think that's my suggestion, to use the pencil before start using the pen. So I'm using the pen directly. So first petal will be like this seed shape, rice shape. It's going to be on your, this one is 8 centimeter circle, and these two are the sides of the same petal. We are repeating the same thing. Simple seed shape or the rice shape petals. These are the right shape in the first layer, and now we'll start working on the second layer above it. We are repeating the same leaves, but this time we are going to go little on this above line from the center. This one is the 8.7 centimeter circle. Same shape, exactly same. And then the third petal will go all the way top like this. So if you see what I'm doing, like here in this section, this is the half. So I'm just going little further away than half like this, so that my petal goes little sideways. So little slanted going petal, going all the way to the 8.7 centimeters. And this top one is going all the way to the outer one, that is 9.5 centimeters, I think, which we drew in the very beginning. You can see all the mandala measurements in the very beginning. Repeat the same thing. Yes, like a lotus flower. And after that, I would like to change my pen. And I'm using this little thinner tip pen, that is Micron 01, for giving this extra line in these petals. I'm making it a little closer. I'm using a little thinner tip pen, that is 01 now. So on the sides, we are just doing this one line, and in the center petal, they are going on the both sides, sprouting from the very base and going a little further away from the top. Looks like I just smudged the pen little bit everywhere. Just I was doing a little faster and I didn't notice that uh, on the very edge when the pens are kind of touching with each other, so the ink is little extra at that point, and I kind of smudged everywhere. I can see that. I'll try my little different eraser, which might erase the pen to get rid of those smudges. So whenever you are using the ink and you are putting little extra ink, sometimes your pen flows little extra ink and you get this kind of smudging, so be careful about it. That's the thing in the live sessions, that sometimes you get these kind of uh, thing. And now here in between of these two flowers in this space, we are going to draw lots of these spirals to fill. Little tiny spirals to fill these sections. You can draw as many spirals as you can fit. If you want, you can use little bit more, this is 0, 1. If you want, you can use 0, 0, 5 for that. It's your choice. Or you can just simply fill them with a little thicker tip pen. That will also create a good impact. But here in this one, I started with the spiral, that's the theme. And then I use the spiral based on the base of these petals. So sometimes to keep that harmony in your artwork or in your project, we use the same kind of pattern. We repeat them, and that makes or brings the whole composition together. Okay. Now our last drawing. Before the last drawing, let's first do the little flicking in our all these petals, just 2 or 3 in each of these side petals. like this. So actually before the flicking, we should erase the lines, Otherwise these lines, when you erase them later, it's not nice. Let me see if I can get rid of this. So I'm just erasing in the center of the petals so that I can do the flicking. Then we'll draw our last pattern on the edges, and after that the shading. So whoever is watching this video now or maybe later after this live session, don't forget that click on the thumbs up button on the video, and if you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe the channel. I hope you are enjoying the video. So now this is the shading time. Do this little flicking. Here in the center one, we are going to do little more, but in the side, just the 2 or 3 is enough. Okay, now let me start from here so that I don't smudge the flicking at least. Use the thin tip pen for the flicking always. In these kind of the tiny petals. Keep rotating your paper so that you get the perfect angle. So tomorrow we'll see each other in the Zentangle session. In that session, we are going to work on a 3.5 inch square tile in Let's Tangle Together, and that will be on the exactly the same time. And after that, in a week or 2, you will see the video of the root chakra mandala will be available. I'll start working on that very soon. I mean the video of that. And now it's the time for one more flicking is left actually in these ones, in these petals. And it is supposed to be just one line kind of the flicking before the shading. It is really important. I'm going to erase all these lines later in all the other sections. Just on this half section, little bit lighter I'm just making so that we can see the little finalish version before we start giving shading. It is really important to get rid of all those extra lines. I'm just erasing in half of the mandala. In the rest half I'm not erasing. You can see the effect because these guidelines kind of they don't let you see the good nice image. Okay, now I'm again using the same Micron 01 pen and a little flicking in these flowers, petals. This rotator helps a lot in just turning left, right, quicker. I need not to move the paper. I just need to move this rotator quickly. So it's really handy and useful. If you love drawing a lot of mandalas, then this is a good tool to have at home, including all the supplies. This is a wonderful thing, especially if you're drawing mandala. If you're drawing Zentangle and all, then it's not required at all. Okay, now we are going to work on the very last layer of this. Before I start working on the last layer, I'm just giving a little shot. If I can get rid of this smudging a little bit, maybe. Okay, so now I am again using the Micron 01 pen and we are going to start working on in between of these petals. These little fescues. Two fescues on each side, in between two petals, here 2 fescues, and in the top. So total 4 on each side. Give them a little rounded petal on the very top of these twigs. They can flow a little bit here and there, a little longer, a little closer to the petal, a little further away, it's fine. That's the fun of these organic pattern. They have their own choice to grow and flow. I hope you all found this mandala easy to draw. And in fact, if you are just watching, still you can feel if you find it easy or tough. Tell me in the chat, what do you think? Is this easy or the medium difficulty level? What do you think about this mandala? Or what is the favorite part in this whole mandala? What is your favorite part in this one? Any specific pattern which you like most? Or any other element? Love the last layer. Easy. Awesome, Sharon. Here it is, all of it. Awesome, Deborah. That's so cool. So Sharon joined me in my graphite art classes, and we see each other every Monday, and we draw lots of things with just the graphite pencils in our projects. So right now it's all done with the drawing part, and you can finish the same on this side whenever you get time. I'm going to use my graphite pencil, and I'm going to just complete this half section with the shading so that you can see the effect, how shading can change the whole game, and you see how much effect we can bring just with the shading. Before we do the shading, let me just erase this final line, this final boundary line here, just in the half section. I'm going to work on this half section later whenever I get time, though I haven't finished the last two ones. I will see if I see a lot of these half drawn mandala, I'll go back to the 6 inches one again. What do you say? Is it okay if I go back to the 6 inches one? Or you want the 8 inches, these style? Because we can finish the 6 inches mandala easily in, you know, in the 1.5 hour. But we cannot finish this 8-inch mandala in 1.5 hours, but we can finish it later whenever you have time, and in that way we can make these little bigger size than 6 inches. That's what I think. That's why I planned for this size, but it's always difficult to finish them in the time. What is the width of your Lazy Susan? So this is, you see, it's, I can measure it for you. So it is the 13 inches, it is 12 and then one more. It's the 13 inches squares from the Green Co. You can see the brand here, Green Co. And the link of this one is available in my description also. If you want, you can see that. And for my bigger one, I use the bigger rotator. That is, I think, 21 inches. Now I'm going to use this graphite pencil. Let me just use this little line in the center. So first I'm going to use, along with these little tiny circles, over these checks. And then after the checks, so let me just work on the half of it, or in the center. Actually, I can work in the whole because it's all done here. And then very lightly along with this layers. So actually we can spend the same amount of time, whatever time we spend in the drawing, we can spend the same amount of time in the shading, you know. Shading is that important, and it kind of works wonder if you really give good time and you take care of your shading nicely, and you take care of all those where we want little extra. And if you see if it's going over the area where you don't want, you can just use eraser. That's the best part. It's just the graphite pencil. But in those in the that root chakra mandala, I haven't used the graphite pencil. There I use something else. You can see in the video. The supply list is absolutely different on those ones. Very different and new materials you will see me using in those videos. And now I'm just going to work near this thick line. So maybe sometimes we go back again and we do one more layer of the shading to create that impact. And just on the edges of these petals where we did these voiding like this. just on this part here. Okay, and now the same way how we did the flicking. Let me start from here. We'll just do the flicking with the pencil in the next layer. Not way too much, just few strokes. Few strokes is enough. Kind of we say less is more. And the shading, the blending also will do in the flicking style. Like coming from the bottom to the top. It's not going in the other way around. And now along with the as well as to the edges of the petal. As I told you earlier, shading, you should give the same amount of time to the shading, whatever amount of time we spent in the drawing. Take your time, do slowly, and maybe you need more finishing, more layering of the shading, use of the eraser to clean up if it is going on that some area where you don't really want them. And the best part is they are just the graphite pencil, so we can easily play with them and erase all those extra lines, guidelines which are still visible. Okay, where were we? And I want to give little shading here on the top of these. What is the width of it? I like the bigger ones. Okay, either 6 or 8. I like the 6 one. Okay, Roberta. 6 inches one we can finish in the one session easily. Maybe we can do the next few sessions on the 6-inch one if you want. We can change and we can come back again to the 8-inch one. That's in our hand. I'm very excited for making the video for my that root mandala chakra. You like both 6 inches and 8 inches? Even I like both of them, and both have some of the benefits and some of the, it's just the perspective what you are exactly looking for. If we were working on the 6-inch square, we would have finished them much earlier, but in that case, those were the tiny ones. So I see a lot of you are using them, decorating them at your home, gifting them in uh, weddings or in various occasions. So these bigger ones looks much better in that purpose, but just for our own sake, for our own meditative effect, and both works very well. And now just for our this last one, again very light flicking, very light shading. And here in this area I would like you to give very light filling on those sections. So it's just to give one another very light filling all over this whole area. So let me first do that. So it is just to create a different texture. We could have filled all the way with the black pen. That is also one way of doing that. And the other way is to create a texture kind of look and to give a shading all the way. Oh, I didn't do the shade flicking here in these petals. So we need to use the eraser a lot in this one, the precision eraser, to do the cleaning in a lot of these areas where I'm actually not looking for the pencil. It's going like over on the other petal here. So we need to clean that part nicely. And some extra of these guidelines. And there's one more last drawing thing is left, very tiny, which we are going to do just after this flicking. Just little use of the pen is left, which I just noticed that I planned that too. Okay, just a little one more with this 01 pen and all these uh, petals on the very top. flicking is going to go just to make these edges a little bit more crisp, but we'll stay in just this outline. It's good that I remember that we did that one. I forgot this beautiful element. I'm moving here and there on my table. These little tiny flickings and these shadings and all that kind of, they complete the pattern and it brings everything together. You see, it makes it, and you can say now it's looking complete. So sometimes we feel that something is left, something is not looking right. So that's what these little tiny elements are. They're required to give it a complete look. These little tiny finishings, I love doing them. I hope you are also enjoying working on these little tiny finishings with me. That's it. So we are kind of done with this mandala, half of it, and we are left with just a little tiny here. No need to lay down the graphite, but to I hope you guys enjoyed working with me. Tomorrow we'll see each other in the Zentangle session, and these are the sessions. These are some past few Let's Tangle Together session where we work on a 3.5 inch square tile. So you can see me tomorrow in this session and we'll work together on a 3.5 inch square tile in that Zentangle session. And today we worked on a 8-inch square paper for this mandala. And very soon I'm going to start working on this root chakra mandala. It's not available now, but you can see that root chakra mandala very soon. I'm going to start working on that video. Time to say goodbye. Bye bye everyone. If you have any questions, you can write down here. I'm going to make a post. You can share your artwork with me. You can share your work in progress picture as well as your final picture in that one whenever you are done. So I can't wait to see your artwork there. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.